Good evening, welcome to the evening news. Temitope Habukabim is my name. National leader of the All Progressives Congress and former governor of Lagos State, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has won the primary election of the APC, having scored 1,271 votes to beat his closest rival, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, who scored 316 votes as the Eagle Square, Abuja. With this development, Asiwaju Tinubu has emerged as the presidential candidate of the APC, and he is expected to fly the flag of the party in the 2023 general elections.
Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 1,271 votes. This is to certify that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, having scored the highest number of votes cast, is hereby declared winner.
In his acceptance speech, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu expressed gratitude for successful completion of the exercise, just as he appreciated President Muhammadu Buhari for ensuring a level playing ground for all the aspirants. He acknowledged the efforts of the National Working Committee as well as the Convention Planning Committee for a job well done. He described the outcome of the election as a win-win affair as he called on his co-contestants as well as the entire APC members to work for the progress of the party and the build-up to the 2023 general elections.
To the chairman of the party, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, it appeared some weeks back that some newspapers and many people were ready to write obituary of this person. Yes, we put together and pull ourselves as a cat of 9 lives.
The presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, has appealed to his co-contestants to work with him to defeat the People's Democratic Party in the February 2023 presidential election. Tinubu said this while giving his victory speech at the Eagle Square venue of the APC primary. The former governor of Lagos State commended those who stepped down for him as he thanked his contenders and delegates, noting that he held no grudges against anyone who didn't support him. Osun State Governor Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola has congratulated the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, on his landslide victory. As the just concluded, Oyetola described the emergence of Senator Tinubu as a victory for democracy and pointer to democratic sustenance in the country. In a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Ismail Lumikidon, Governor Oyetola expressed confidence in the ability, competence, and administrative acumen of Senator Tinubu to take the country to enviable heights ever known in history. Meanwhile, Osun State Head of Service Dr. Ologboyega Oyebade has congratulated Governor Adegboyega Oyetola over the successful conduct of the presidential primary election of the All Progressives Congress Party that was concluded today and decisively won by Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. This is contained in a release issued by the Head of Service and made available to OSBC News. Dr. Oyebade, on behalf of the workers of the state, rejoiced with the governor as he appreciated that the trophy is brought back to Yoruba land. He therefore praised that the victory is permanent, adding that victory is sure as Osun prepares for the July 16 governorship elections. Traditional rulers in Iwo, Ayedire, Olaoluwa, and Ijubo government areas of the state have declared support for Governor Adegboyega Oyetola's re-election. Traditional rulers passed the vote of confidence on the administration of Governor Oyetola at an event held at the palace of Oluobileogu Oba Abib Adetoye Agbaje. Speaking on behalf of other monarchs, Oba Agbaje said Oyetola has scored 85% in governance, stating that the governor deserves another term. The traditional rulers also expressed support to the efforts of federal and state government in tackling the security and economic challenges facing majority of Nigerians. The monarchs therefore called on various segments of the community to key into the laudable and patriotic projects of the governor. Journalists have been charged to write and report from positive angles to issues instead of hammering on problems. Convener and fellow of Solutions Journalism, Dr. Rashid Adebi, who is also a don at Fountain University Oshobo, apt on this at a day workshop organized for a cross-section of journalists in the state. Dr. Adebi and other resource persons, including Dr. Kamaru Salahuddin and Mr. Mutsiri Yonda, regretted that Nigerians no longer think good about their country because of negative stories and reportage newsmen are allegedly obsessed with. They observed that quite a lot of Nigerians are doing things positively to mitigate disasters, while many in the community engage in self-help projects, but journalists fall short of reporting these laudable efforts. These advocates of solution journalism charged journalists to begin to set positive agenda by highlighting solutions to problems and efforts by the government, communities, and individuals to mitigate such problems instead of occupying the print and media space with scary headlines and stories. The Osun State Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board will tomorrow conduct an enlightenment and vaccination exercise for intending pilgrims for the year 2022 Hajj. This is in preparation for the airlifting of the prospective pilgrims to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for the Hajj exercise. Venue is the Osun State Government Secretariat Mosque. In the morning, the Administrative Secretary of the Board, Mr. Bolaji Sani, made this known in Oshobo, noting that the decision was reached after a series of meetings with the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria officials in Lagos State and Abuja. The Secretary also added that the airlifting to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia will commence on the 13th and 14th of this month on board Finance Airline. Mr. Bolaji further stressed that the exercise becomes necessary to enable them get educated on the Hajj rights as well as new policies introduced for this year's Hajj by the Saudi authorities and National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON. He explained that the women from among the pilgrims should endeavor to sew their customized Ankara in either a gown reaching the ankle joints or a knee-length top with trousers along with long light green hijab reaching the knee. He also enjoined their male counterparts to look for a matching green cap, noting that this would serve as a pass into the venue. The Secretary similarly advised intending pilgrims not to carry banned items in their luggage, adding that the state government would not encourage a breakdown of law and order, neither would it allow any unruly acts before, during, and after the annual Hajj exercise. Similarly, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, has urged members of the media team to the 2022 pilgrimage to project the image of the country accurately while in the Holy Land. Chairman of the Commission, Haji Bismillah Hassan, gave the charge while inaugurating the media team at the NACON headquarters, Abuja. It was gathered that the team is made up of journalists from the print, broadcast, and online media organizations across the states and the Federal Capital Territory. Meanwhile, the Acting Controller General of Nigeria Immigration Service, Alhaji Idris Isajiri, has expressed the readiness of the agency to collaborate with the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, for the smooth running of the 2022 Hajj exercise. He gave the assurance today during a courtesy visit to the chairman of NACON, Haji Bismillah Hassan, at the Hajj House office, Abuja, adding that the Immigration Service has already deployed its officers to all Hajj departure centers with an instruction to coordinate smooth immigration clearance for the pilgrims. In the meantime, the first batch of intending pilgrims for this year's Hajj from Nigeria is expected to depart Maiduguri International Airport to Prince Mohammed bin Al Saud in Medina tomorrow. The Commissioner of Operations of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, Alhaji Abdullahi Magaji Adawa, disclosed this today in Kaduna. He said the inaugural flight with pilgrims from Borno State is expected to take off anytime at the usual kickoff ceremony. Authorities of the Diocese of Ondo have said that 8 persons have so far been confirmed dead in the terrorist attack on St. Francis Catholic Church, Owo, Ondo State. The diocesan bishop Jude Arogundade disclosed this in an interview with Newsmen. It would be recalled that gunmen attacked the church located on Owalowo Street in Owo, the hometown of the state governor, Rakun Rotimi Akeredolu, leaving many parishioners dead and several others injured. But Arogundade said the diocese had been able to account for 38 victims. He, however, said some families picked up corpses of their loved ones and those could not be accounted for by the diocese. Meanwhile, a source in the church told newsmen that the diocese may consider mass burial for the victims of the massacre, as some bodies had not been identified and claimed by their relatives since the incident happened. The source, however, said a final decision has not been reached on the date and other burial arrangements. In the meantime, the United Nations Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, has condemned the attack as he called on the authorities to spare no effort in bringing the perpetrators to justice. And on sports, five-time world champions Nigeria will begin its journey for another title as they depart the country for the Ghanaian city of Cape Coast, where they will participate in the seven-nation WAFU B Under-17 Championship that begins on Saturday. The two finalists from the tournament in Cape Coast will represent the WAFU B zone as the African Under-17 Cup of Nations built for Algeria early next year. All four semi-finalists in Algeria will qualify for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup finals in Peru. Reports say Nigeria, with 5 world titles in the kitty and 3-time world champions, and host Ghana will set the tournament rolling on Saturday with a potentially explosive encounter as they start Cape Coast. On the foreign scene, an agreement for EU member states to ensure that minimum wages provide a decent standard of living has been struck by negotiators from the member states and parliament. It was gathered that 6 of the EU's 27 member states do not have a minimum wage and will not be required to introduce one. But under the deal, the 21 that do would be required to follow common rules, but not the same rates. That was the evening news on OSBC Television. We thank you for watching. Join us at 7 for the major reports. Good evening.